Hey everybody, it's Ted, the Buffalo Beauty Boy, and I have sat down to film this like 3 times, and I just keep like stumbling over words. I keep getting interrupted by traffic and whatnot, so we're just gonna roll with it. But I've got a little bit of a different background. I was using this location in my, living space to film a while ago, and then I just kind of got out of it, and I guess we're back now. So we've got some fun little artwork, a plant that is doing well but also kind of struggling, and then my boyfriend's longboard in the background. So I hope the change of scenery is okay with everybody. If this is your first time to my channel, hello. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. My name is Ted, or the Buffalo Beauty Boy, and I really have a passion for beauty and products and just using, little lotions and potions that make us feel good. And I truly believe that beauty can be an act of self-care. I am a professional hairstylist. I'm so passionate about beauty that I don't just do it as a career. It also spills over into my personal life, hence creating a YouTube channel around it. So today I am gonna be revisiting a video format that I did a while ago, and I guess because this is the second iteration, it's now a series. But if you remember, if you have been a subscriber for, a good length of time, you might remember a video that I did called Beauty School. And I talked about a cult classic product that just really is fascinating to me. So I'm gonna be doing that again today. And I'm super excited because I have so much fun doing this. I love researching brands. I love researching products. I love researching like techniques and formulas and just ideas on beauty. And today I am super excited to share another cult classic product with you. So when I think of a cult classic product, I think of something that, it's in every makeup artist's kit. It's in, half of your friends' beauty bags. It's in every like Into the Gloss, Vogue Beauty Secret kind of top shelf edit situation. And there's so many of them, especially now where we are such a beauty saturated world. But the product that I am super excited to talk about today needs no introduction. When I hold it up, I'm sure you'll know exactly what it is. But that product is the iconic YSL Touche Eclat. I have had this product for probably longer than I should admit, at least 2 years. I haven't noticed it gone off or do anything weird, so I feel comfortable using it. And it is so pricey that I can't bring myself to get rid of it without fully using it up. But we are not talking about my makeup hoarding habits today. We're talking about the history of YSL Touche Eclat and what makes it such an icon. YSL Touche Eclat was invented 30 years ago in the year 1992 by a phenomenal makeup artist, Terry DeGunsberg. And if that name rings a bell, it's because Terry DeGunsberg is the genius behind the brand By Terry. I personally have not used anything from By Terry, but I have a lot of respect for the brand, knowing that she is like a heritage makeup artist and somebody who has done a lot for the industry. It's super high-end, super luxe, really pricey, but the formulas are supposed to be some of the best on the market. Again, I haven't tried it. I can't speak to that. Now, a little bit of lore about YSL Touche Eclat. When it was invented, it was supposed to be an illuminating, brightening, brilliance-enhancing product, and it was kind of invented out of necessity. So Terry DeGunsberg said in an interview that she was kind of mixing toners and lotions and a really light foundation with some radiance to create a product that illuminated the skin in a way that was very natural. And if you think about 30 years ago in the early 90s, that was the height of like everything was super matte, super cakey, really heavy. So something that was like luminous and reflecting was kind of not really on the market. There wasn't a ton of market for that. But for a makeup artist to create something like that, it was super useful. Allegedly, one tube of YSL Touche Eclat is sold every 10 seconds, or some of the statistics say that there is 6 sold every minute. I'm never quite sure how they like can really know that, but I'll take their word for it. And I think the proof's in the pudding because this product has been around for 30 years and it's everywhere. I feel like I see it in every like, you know, glam kit or, you know, behind the scenes look into like makeup artist kind of whatnot. And I just think that's really cool. So I always kind of think when something comes up that consistently in just pop culture, there has to be some validity to it. When YSL Touche Eclat was first invented, it was one universal shade that was a very like pale pink. It's the year 2022. And I think we can all collectively agree that there is no such thing as one universal shade. And that's why they've expanded the shade range to include 14 shades. And then they also have like a high coverage version, which is going to be more of a concealer as opposed to its original ethos, which is more of a brightening product. YSL Touche Eclat is very polarizing. There's some people that like absolutely love it and it's like a holy grail staple. And then there's other people that they don't really see the draw. And I think that happens for a lot of reasons because it's really a product that is meant to be like so like photo soft. It's not a super high impact product. And I'm gonna kind of swatch it right here just so you can see how light and soft that really is. So it really kind of disappears into the skin. And now I feel like we have so many products that are like that. But when it was first invented, there really wasn't a ton of stuff on the market that did that. Everything was really cakey, really high coverage, really heavy. And this was kind of a breath of fresh air in the makeup world. There's a Wayne Goss video that is, at this point, I think it's like 10 years old, where he talks about how this is one of the most misused products in the makeup world. And that's because most people tend to use it as like a lightweight concealer. So think something like Glossier Stretch Concealer or in that vein where it's glowy, it's dewy, it's a, you know, brightening, concealing product. But in its ethos, it was originally invented to be a brightening kind of illuminator. So I'm gonna put a little bit on in the areas that I like to use it in the way that it is an illuminator. I have no makeup on except for a little bit of stuff in my brows and then just my sunscreen. But this is essentially how it was originally designed to be used. So you give it a click. And there's supposed to be 200 clicks per bottle or tube. I don't know exactly how true that is, but I'll take their word for it. So I personally find I like to use this on a no makeup day in all of the places that I would typically use concealer or highlighter. And what I personally like to do is really just use my fingers to blend everything in. So I did just a good stripe down my nose. And you can see it highlights, but not in a way that really looks super highlight-y. You know, it just gives the most beautiful, soft glow. And then I do like to use a brush when I'm working under my eyes. And it will give you a little bit of coverage and kind of dissipate any sort of like dark circles, but not in the same capacity as a concealer. And I really kind of like that. You know, I think of this as like a product that like absolutely can live like in your boyfriend's beauty bag. It's one that doesn't change the skin, but it really enhances it. And, you know, that took me all of 2 minutes to just really give my skin a healthy dose of reflection, a healthy dose of glow, but it doesn't look makeup-y. It doesn't look, you know, like I really did a whole lot. You know, I have a spot right here, and that's gonna be really great so you can see its like coverage capacity. It gives just enough coverage that now that spot's not glaring. It's not completely covered. It definitely will show through, especially I think in like photography and stuff like that. But in day-to-day life, it's not going to be glaring. It's not going to be screaming. And I think just seeing how quickly I was able to transform my skin from, you know, just some skincare to my skin looks really, really glowy and healthy right now in a matter of 2 minutes with just one product. I think that's why Touche Eclat has become such an icon in today's beauty market. And I think it really holds water because, you know, in 30 years, think of how much the beauty industry has changed. But I think at the root of that, we all want one thing, and that's our skin to look its best. So I'm super happy that they have kind of re-evaluated, and now we have 14 shades. I don't think that the shades are like super extensive. There's always room for more, but I'm glad that we don't just have one. So now that that's all kind of blended in, I think you can really see just that beautiful radiance that it gives the skin and how dewy and luminous it can really make your skin look in such a small amount of time. Just super easy. That being said, I think this product is wonderful. However, it is $38. That is hefty for something that just gives a little bit of glow, especially when there's so many products out there that do very similar things. So I'm actually going to swatch and kind of share the other products that I think are kind of similar to this. So this is a swatch of YSL Touche Eclat in the shade 2.5, I think vanilla. The next product that I use kind of in place of Touche Eclat when I, you know, I'm just kind of getting ready and whatnot is actually the Auric Glow Lust. Super different mechanisms, but I think that Auric Glow Lust can be used in a very similar way. You know, it has a good amount of pigment, but it also really just enhances that kind of glow that we all want our skin to have. I'm trying to like work it into a swatch that's going to be like really kind of comparable and palatable. Yeah. So you can see Touche Eclat definitely is a little bit more skin-like. And then this is Glow Lust. But when you kind of blend it in, it gets kind of undetectable. I think Glow Lust is definitely a better match for like my skin, and it absolutely is more reflective, but I think that it could absolutely be used in a similar method where you could definitely dab it under your eyes and really get that beautiful, enhanced, radiant, kind of like healthy look. And you can absolutely use it as a highlight. Glow Lust is such a multitasking product. And I think it's around the same price, but come on, just looking at the sheer volume, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck with something like this. And the last product that I use in a very similar method is very different. So I think it makes sense that this is a like liquid in a tube format that, you know, it's got the brush, you can kind of swipe and go. And then this is a liquid as well. But one product that I think deviates the most formula-wise, but honestly the least in terms of performance, is the Phytosurgence Spectral Shine. This is the shade Divine Daylight. It's actually a fresh one. But I like this because you can apply it with your fingers, you can apply it with a brush, and it's a highlight, but calling it a highlight I feel like is disrespectful. It does so much more than that. So you can see we've got Touche Eclat right there, and we've got Glow Lust right there. Divine Daylight is like a combination of the two. It really disappears into the skin, but enhances that radiance in a way that is so incredibly natural and so incredibly beautiful. I have their old packaging, which is why I'm using this one. But I use this, I swirl my brush in it really, really heavy. And I actually use it to set my under eyes. And then I also use it as my highlight when I'm doing a really blushy look. When I was thinking of things that I use in a similar way to Touche Eclat, you know, Auric Glow Lust immediately came to mind. And then I was like, what else do I use that's like radiance enhancing? And I use it on no makeup days. I use it, you know, when I'm trying to do like a full glam situation. What's highlighty, has a little bit of skin coverage, blurring, you know, property, and is also like super easy to use. And immediately Spectral Shine came to mind. So I think, you know, do you need to spend $38 to have this gorgeous contraption in your beauty bag? Absolutely not. Is it a really nice product? 100%. I know that we're kind of inundated with beauty and, you know, products, and we're told to buy and all of this, and everything's new and exciting. But I think kind of looking back and respecting like the history of some products that have really held their own in the makeup industry is kind of interesting. And honestly, I'm more apt to try something that's been around for 30 years that every makeup artist loves and raves about than I am to just go grab, you know, whatever. So I hope that you got to learn a little bit about YSL Touche Eclat and what makes it so iconic, as well as a couple products that I think can be used in similar ways. And really, I feel like it's just a matter of your like formula preferences. So thank you so much for coming to hang out. I hope that you're all taking care of yourselves. I hope that you're showing yourself the same kindness and love that you show everybody else. And I hope you remember that you're made of gold. Until next time.